Teala.
Hello.
Hi, lady. We have so much to talk about. First, let's get into the Clubhouse Beverly Hills. Congratulations, you're a part of the house.
Thank you.
You are the first Black woman to be a part of this house, and you have a lot of young girls who follow you. What do you want them to take away from you making this move?
I want my viewers and my fans to take away the fact that Black is beautiful, Black is powerful. I never want any of my viewers to feel like they're in a box. Oh, I'm Black, I can't do this. Oh, I'm a Black girl, I'm a Black guy, and or I'm a person of color and I can't be in this group, or I can't hang out with this person because, I just should be over here. Like, absolutely not. I think of myself as a variety pack. I love just sprinkling myself in different situations and doing many different things. And I feel like as a Black woman being in a house filled with just a lot of white people, it's kind of cool to show other Black viewers that, hey, you can do it. You can do anything you want to do. It doesn't matter what race you are. And don't ever feel like, oh, because I'm Black, I have to put myself in a box or I have to put myself in a category, because there's absolutely nothing that we can't do. Like, sky's the limit. And I just want my viewers to know that.
Right. Well, you had a lot of your longtime YouTube fans. They felt a certain type of way about it, some of them. Why was this the best move for you? Because they've watched you, since you were an actress on TV, and they've followed you for so long. But some of them are, just not necessarily confused, but just questioned why you decided that the Clubhouse Beverly Hills was for you. Why is that?
I think they were confused because they're like, you already have followers. Like, why are you putting yourself in a house? And I didn't join this house to become relevant. Like, I've been online for years and I still managed to be quite relevant, to be honest, because I've been doing it for so long. A lot of people would have just fallen off. But I did it because I just wanted change. I've always lived with my parents. I lived really far away from Beverly Hills, but I would always drive an hour away to be at Melrose and Beverly Hills. And when the opportunity came, I was just like, why not? I've been wanting a little bit of change. And I just want to surround myself with a lot of people that are super creative and just constantly want to pop out content, because during quarantine, I felt a little stuck. It's hard to be motivated when you're just like locked inside of your house, and you really have nothing to do. Whereas when you live with a bunch of people that are constantly creating, I just feel like you get inspired by each other and everybody just bounces off each other's with different ideas, whether that's for TikTok, whether that's for Instagram or YouTube. And I just feel like it was just the right atmosphere for me.
Well, I did like a deep dive on your YouTube channel, and as you said, you've been doing this for years, but on top of doing it for years, you're also so raw and vulnerable. You give a lot of yourself to your fans. Does that ever get overwhelming for you? Do you ever have a moment where you're like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore?
Definitely. I think for a long time now, I've always been an all or nothing type of person. That goes for relationships, friendships, my work, everything. Like, in every genre, I've always been all or nothing. So I'm starting to really learn this year to kind of pull back on that. It is very difficult for me though, because I just love giving my all and I love being 100% authentic, which I still will be. But I feel like I should take everything with a grain of salt and know that everything I put out there, people are gonna have opinions no matter what. And I feel like it's been a trend to hate on me since like 2016. It's honestly gotten really old at this point. Like, I've been called every name in the book. I can sit down and say how much I love being a Black woman, but I'll still get comments from actually Black girls saying that, but you want to be white so bad. And I would never. Like, I love being Black. I love my family. I love the color that I'm in. I love just everything about being Black. It's literally beautiful.
When you get off the screen, what do you tell yourself, or do you have friends around you or your mom who gives you advice on how to deal with those haters? Because it sounds like you have tough skin, but nobody has. When it comes to YouTube, it can be like, they can come for you.
100%. Right. I think a lot of people just look at my lifestyle, they look at who I'm surrounded with, and they're like, oh, Teala has it all. Like, she has money, she's a pretty girl, she's skinny, like, she'll get over it. I'm just gonna literally like send her death threats and tell her that like her body is plastic and blah, blah, blah. Like, it doesn't matter. She has money and she's successful. It doesn't matter. People don't realize that it doesn't matter how successful you are, how much money you have, or what you're surrounded by. You're still a human being with feelings. But I feel like because of followers and success, people kind of put you in a robot category, and they forget that you're actually a human being, like, and you have feelings and you have days that are ups and, you know, days that are down. But I feel like what really keeps me grounded is the fact that I have an amazing family. My family has been supporting me literally since I wanted to be an actress at 6 years old. They've always just said, like, you can do whatever you put your mind to as long as you work hard. And if you want something, like, go out and get it. Like, my parents were always like, don't ever like put 10% into something, like just give it your all and really go for it. And I started acting when I was 6 years old because my older sister started doing it before me. And I think because I started out as a traditional actress, that gave me such tough skin. I mean, I started out as 6 years old getting rejected, you know, at casting calls saying, oh yeah, no, she's adorable, but like she doesn't fit the right part. So I've kind of always been surrounded by people telling me no and people judging me. So then when social media came along, obviously it's a lot harsher than just saying, oh, you're not right for this role, but it's still the same thing of being rejected. So I've dealt with rejection pretty much all my life. And so I feel like that's actually helped me a lot. It wasn't a culture shock to get hate or to feel like somebody doesn't think I'm their cup of tea because I've dealt with it so much as an actress.
I like your take on that too, because I mean, that makes sense how you're still able to be in this arena with
100%.
I want to talk about your boob job. You took your followers through the entire process. Now, in a world where there are so many people that have something to say about your body, why did you feel like you needed to show your fans step by step this process? Because now we also live in a world too where body positivity is just promoted at a, you know, an entirely different level. And you sat there and said, I love myself, but I want to change something. So why was that important for you?
So during quarantine, like when it was like quarantine, where I was on lockdown, this is gonna sound so crazy, but I had a dream that I got a boob job, and I woke up thinking that I had gotten the boob job, and I woke up so happy. And then I kind of went down a rabbit hole of watching all these YouTube videos of these young girls getting boob jobs and the process of it. And I just like kept watching it every single day. And I realized I didn't find that many YouTube videos that were super raw and honest about the whole process. It was kind of just like a Q&A after the boobs were done and just kind of jumbled up. I rarely saw YouTube videos of like the surgery, the pre-op, everything. And I was like, you know what? I could be that to somebody that wants this or is curious about this. And another thing is I never want to be that person that lies about what I've got done. You know, when I was 14 years old and I started YouTube, I was embarrassed about having a weave. I was embarrassed and I thought people would think I was bald. So I didn't really want to talk about my hair. So I'd be like, oh, like they're just extensions or whatever. And now obviously, yeah, this is a weave. Obviously, welcome to Hollywood. But it's the same principle of I just don't want to hide things. It is what it is. It doesn't matter. I talk about my eyelash extensions. I talk about my weave. Why wouldn't I talk about a boob job? You know, obviously that's a little more extreme. But when I told my mom I wanted a boob job, I was so nervous to tell her. I didn't want her to think that like LA changed me or that I wanted to be something that I wasn't. But she was so supportive of everything. And she's like, absolutely, you're 23 years old. Like, this is your body. I fully support you. And we found an amazing doctor, Dr. Gavami. And then I documented the entire process, start to finish. And obviously, when I first got them done, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but when you first get implants, they're like very, very high up, like literally all the way up here. They don't move, you know, they need to settle in with your body. It takes 6 months for them to like fully drop, but it takes like 2 to 3 months for them to like start moving and stuff. So obviously, because I documented the whole process, people were not giving me hate. They actually were very surprised. And I feel like I got a lot of respect because people were like, wow, she's so honest. She's not hiding this at all. Like, wow, didn't see this coming. But then, you know, as time went on, I wanted to like show how they were looking, and I got a lot of hate because they're like, oh my God, you're so plastic. They look terrible, blah, blah, blah. And that's just like really messed up and not true. I went to the best doctor there is, like the #1 plastic surgeon in Beverly Hills. And if people did their research, they'd realize that when I showed my boobs, they were 2 weeks old. They're gonna be up here. They're not gonna move. I just got them done. So, you know, take everything with a grain of salt. Of course, everyone's gonna have something to say. First, I'm too flat chested. Now I'm plastic. You know, it's just like whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm really happy that I was honest about it, and I don't regret my decision at all. Like, I love my boobs. I'm able to wear shirts that I was never able to wear ever. And I just feel a lot more confident in my body. I feel like more like a woman, because I always get comments like, oh my God, you look like you're 14. Like you look 15, 14. You know, and I still look super young, but I feel a lot more older and mature, and it definitely helped my confidence.
Yeah. And do you remind yourself, like, I did this for me at the end of the day?
100%. There was no other reason for me to do it besides, like, you know, I have so many amazing dresses and I'm like, oh my God, I have to wear all these Victoria's Secret bras. But then I never like showing the bra because I feel like that's kind of inappropriate, you know, when your bra shows and it's like, oh, I don't want to get a photo with like my bra showing, you know. So it was really annoying wearing all these Victoria's Secret push-up bras that would show in photos. And I'm just like, oh, I hate this. Yeah. But now I don't need to. And it's really nice. I love it.